Episode 6.
Hi there. Welcome back to Family Friends. I, Tina Vlamas, host this show along with my very best friend in the world, Rooster Monahan. And I do understand last week he was upset with me because I had a dentist appointment and he was like, you can't change it. No, he was like, but you do it 6 months in advance. Yeah, duh. That's why I can't change it. And he was like, oh, but didn't you know ahead? I didn't know till they called me for the reconfirmation appointment. I don't keep a calendar. He knows this about me. This is a big part of me being me. He learned this. We went abroad together for 5 months and did a lot of hiking, and he learned this about me, that I don't keep a calendar. So I don't really know why it was news to him. I don't know why he was talking bad about me on the podcast. And now he did the same thing to me this week. He says he can't come. He says he has work. Same thing. Wouldn't you have known that in advance? He says no, because it was a last minute gig. They wanted him to cater on a cruise ship, but just for one night. It was docking in New York City for the night. And he said he was going to go work it. I guess they were giving him a really good amount of money for one night of work. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll do the podcast with someone else. So without further ado, please welcome to the podcast our family friend, Marshall Candle.
Hello there, Tina. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Marshall, it's so good to have you.
Oh, what a wonderful day.
Marshall.
To see you again, Tina.
I know. Marshall.
My heart's all aflutter. My feet feel like I'm riding on the top of the air.
Marshall, you're always like this.
Oh, stop it, Tina.
I wish I was, I don't know. I wish we were able to hang out more.
Oh, well, you're very busy. You're a very busy gal, and of course,
I am.
Rooster is a very busy man on the cruise ship tonight. Apparently, I wonder what he'll be serving. Hopefully, caviar and the like.
Probably caviar and the like.
Wonderful. The idea of him, caviar, madam.
Marshall.
Oh, Tina.
Oh, love
Tina.
how you say my name. I always remember that.
Tina.
No one else says it like that.
Tina's ready. Everyone come on in from play. Tina's ready.
Marshall.
Tina tuna. Tina tuna, everyone. Tina tuna for Tina.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, I jest, Tina.
No, I know. Marshall, we should tell everyone on the pod how we know each other and how we're family friends.
What a pleasure it would be. I mean, the truth of the matter is that God's plan to show y'all a liar. No.
Oh my God.
That's just on K-Dot. But listen, Tina, the truth of the matter is that I know your family for it feels like epochs. Eons.
Epochs. Oh my gosh.
And the truth is that I met your mother because I was her professor.
I know.
At Jersey City University.
Professor Candle.
Professor Candle. And what I taught was the very delicate art of truck driving.
Right.
Yes.
She did a little run at truck driving.
Your mother had a stint in the cab, didn't she now?
Stint in the cab.
Wonderful.
So when we've never actually even addressed this, even though I've known you for many years.
Oh, and what a great many years they have been, Tina.
I know. It really had, I remember you were there. You were at my first communion.
I was.
And you gave me, my mom was so mad. You gave me such a big gift.
I did. I gave you a truck.
Yep. And she was like, she can't drive that.
Come outside of the church now. See your gift. All of the kids in their gowns. What's this? Honk, honk. Me in the truck. Tina. Your gift.
And I was like, Uncle Candle, I thought you weren't going to come.
Oh, but I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, and I had my first communion. I had the truck. I wasn't able to drive the truck for a while.
We're not able to drive the truck. And in point of fact, fact of the matter is that I drove that truck for work for many years before I gave it to you on your 16th birthday.
Yeah, you re-gifted.
I re-gifted my own truck.
You had to circle back.
I had to circle back.
Does that happen to you a lot when you try to give a truck?
It does, because
you got to stop giving them so early.
I often give trucks to early birds. And
8-year-olds?
8-year-olds. I say, this is the future. The truck driving union needs you. Because I am a big proponent of the truck driving union. I'm the truck driving union president as well as a professor.
I know. You do it all.
I really am a jack of all trucks. How do you
split up your day?
I split up my day into quadrants. And the first quadrant would be what I call morning.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if other people have caught on to this morning idea. Do you
Like
think they
making
have?
the most of your morning?
Yes, but I say morning with a U. So
Where's the U?
Somewhere in the between the I and the N.
Morning.
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 So the first quadrant of my day is called morning.
Okay.
And that is basically for waking up, checking the news. I check the New York Times every morning. Mm-hmm. And then what I do essentially is I check the driving routes. Mm-hmm. And how congested are they? You know, I check Apple Maps, Google Maps, a regular map, even though it wouldn't show me traffic. I just want to know where that paper map is. You know what I mean?
You take out a paper map?
Yes, I take out a paper map, a topographical map.
So you say you want to know where that map is. What
know.
does that mean to you?
Someone could steal it in the night.
Then
I'd be without my
so it's
paper
really,
map.
It's really just that you check that you still have a paper map.
Of course. I like to begin my day with a tactile gesture. And I open up the map and I look at it and I say, I've driven this route because I, of course, was a truck driver for many years. Mm-hmm. And I would get on the horn. I'd say, 10-4, my good friends. And they'd say, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I'd say, it is I, Marshall Kandal.
Because I do want to talk about this.
Yes.
The way you speak, and if you're listening to this, the way my Uncle Candle speaks is unlike anyone speaks. And people are so surprised.
Oh.
They're so surprised because they're like, you speak like you're a
From
retired
Pittsburgh.
Shakespearean. No, that's not. No, they they don't say that.
Some people say, are you from Pittsburgh?
Who says that to you?
Ah, just the lady at my local diner.
Oh.
I go to a diner. This is the second part of my morning.
Yeah.
Is going to the diner. And she says, Pittsburgh? And I say, not at all, madam.
Because where are you actually from?
Shakespeare, London.
Shakespeare, London.
Yes, I was born in Shakespeare, London.
So that's why you have the dialect you have.
Yes, I do.
So that's why people meet my Uncle Candle and they're like, is he a retired actor? Is that how you know him? Is he an acting whatever?
No,
and I'm
no.
like, no, he's just from Shakespeare, London.
I'm a truck driver from
and they
Shakespeare,
all talk
London.
there that way.
It really is the accent of the land.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even consider it really a British accent. It's just sort of, what is that?
Yeah, it's just kind of like, it just has kind of a prestige to it.
It really does. And I can't help it. I try to shake it because I'm in the truck drivers union and everyone there.
Shakespeare it.
Try to Shakespeare the Shakespeare out of it.
Yeah.
Indeed. But yes, it has not helped me in the truck drivers union because most esteemed gentlemen, the truck drivers union, they want to get on the comm and say nasty things, just nasty, diabolical things, Tina. And they want to say what awful things they say, and I say, gentlemen, please.
And that doesn't make you popular.
No, it doesn't make me very popular, but that's why I went into teaching truck driving.
Yeah, and then you've been doing that for a few years.
I have.
And then I just want to shout out your amazing family, the Candles.
it.
I want to shout out your amazing family, your wife.
Yes,
Incredible.
my wife.
She's incredible.
She is
like one of the most incredible women I've ever met in my life.
She is the most unbelievable truck driver I have ever seen. We're both truck drivers.
Yes.
And I met her. Would you like to hear how we met? I know you've heard this story.
I know, but I ask for it every time. I ask for it every time. It
Well,
never
I'll
gets
tell you,
old.
Tina, because it's just one of my favorite
And I
stories.
want to have it recorded,
and
honestly.
Lexi, it's such a pleasure to meet you. I want to tell you this story about me and my wife. What a wonderful, wonderful story it is. I was truck driving, of course, down I-90. Yes, I did on the weekends in the old days when I wanted overtime pay. And I'm going down I-90 to South Florida to bring all the... people don't know. I brought oranges down to Miami. So that was just my route for a time.
Why?
Because I think they don't have blood oranges down there. And they said, you know what? If we're the orange state capital, we need blood oranges. And I said, well, I'll be the one to bring them. I'm sure of that. So I got behind the wheel and I said, honk, honk, and I'm driving down I-90. And all of a sudden, I see the most beautiful truck I've ever seen coming up north. Right around Virginia area, right around D.C., where there's traffic. Roads are clear. Mm-hmm. Roads are clear on this sunny April day. And I see some of the most beautiful truck driving I have ever seen in my life. And I say to myself, who is this beautiful truck driver? I said, if it is a gentleman, I must pull over to the side of the road and shake his hand immensely. And if it is a woman, I must ask her out to dinner at the nearest Cracker Barrel. And so I said, honk, 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 which in truck driver colloquialisms is, pull over to the side of the road now so I may meet you.
Right.
And of course, that was understood by this beautiful truck, and we both pulled over to the Meridian.
Right.
To the barricade. Mm-hmm. If it was Les Miserables, we would call it the barricade. But alas, it was I-90 in Virginia going south. And I said, she got out of the truck, and I said, you are, this is my opening line, which of course you know, but I said, madam, you are almost as beautiful as your truck. And that was it. We've been married for 27 years.
27 years.
And made such good friends.
What's your secret?
My secret? Well, we always go for drives.
Oh.
We always go for drives.
Always in the truck?
Always in our big semi. Always in our biggest semi. We have about 3. 2 of them are meant for children, but when they're older. And we have about 3 now that are in the garage, and we take them out for a Sunday drive.
You must have a huge garage.
It's wonderfully big.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's like an
think
airplane
in
hangar.
years. I think
like
when I saw it, I was little and I didn't appreciate how immense it was.
Oh yes, no. It used to be an airline hangar for the Earharts. I don't want to. Obviously, that was
a big tragedy.
Of course,
it was a long time ago, though. I think it's okay if we talk about it.
Yes, and of course the Earharts were good friends, so they gave it to us.
Yeah, I always forget you guys are good friends with the Earharts.
We are well connected. I'm the president of the Truck Drivers Union, of course.
And that's a lot of, and it just is amazing that we came to be family friends.
Unbelievable. And Tina, I must tell you, it sets my heart aflutter when I hear you call me Uncle Candle. and it makes me want to go out on the street and say, I'm an uncle to a child with a podcast.
I know. I mean, I couldn't imagine. Like, sometimes people are like, "That's weird that you call him Uncle Candle. Like, he's not your real uncle." But it's like that's kind of what our podcast is about. Like, it's like you are family friends. Like, you're my Uncle Candle. I wouldn't dream of calling you Marshall,
and I wouldn't dream of calling you anything other than my lovely niece Tina.
Do you really call me your niece?
Yes.
I feel like for some reason there's a thing of like, even though we've normalized calling adults in our lives like aunt and uncle who aren't blood related, for some reason it's hard to call there's a little bit more of a stigma of like calling a child who you're not blood related to your niece or nephew.
I think you're absolutely correct,
and I don't know why.
I'm trying to reverse the stigma,
and I think it's great. I love that you're calling me your niece.
I'm trying to think if it would be weird if when I look back, what I called Uncle Louis Earhart, if he ever called if he ever called, hey, my nephew.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, then you get into the territory of like, now you're lying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of like aunt and uncle is like a title.
Right.
And you can get away with cousin.
You can get away with cousin anytime you want.
Calling someone your niece or nephew who's not blood related to you, it's kind of like, okay, well.
Take a step back.
Yeah, it's well, that's. But I love that you call me your niece. I really do. And so do you call.
Set my heart aflame, of course.
Do you call Rooster your nephew?
No.
Oh. Okay.
He did not get into truck driving.
No, he didn't.
I illustriously encouraged him to.
I know, and I did my stint.
You did your stint. You drove 6 months. And that's and that is the kind of equilibriatic acumen you acquire.
That gave me my sense of place.
Yes.
And like this, it gave me the skills where I'm like, okay, I just spilled my tea.
You just spilled your hot drink all over your hand. And then what? Keep driving. Keep driving.
Keep driving. That's what I say.
That is the truck driver's mantra. Keep driving.
There's no other thing to say.
There's no other thing to say.
But
you would be surprised. Nasty, dirty things these truck drivers mention.
They do.
Over the comm.
But the full mantra.
The full mantra.
The full mantra is, okay. So you spilled a bunch of hot tea over your hand. Keep driving. How did you say it? Okay, so you spilled a hot drink all over your hand. Now what? Keep driving. What did you say?
It's much more personal, Tina. I said, I just spilled a hot drink all over my hand.
Yeah.
What now? Keep driving.
It's in first person.
It's in first person.
The mantra's in first person.
Yeah, it is.
I think
Because that is how you must think. You are an extension of the truck. I and the truck are one.
Keep driving.
Keep driving.
Keep driving. And
driving,
it took me a while to learn the first person truck driver speak, because I would call you and I would say, what's up, Uncle Kendall? And you would say, I just put a bunch of gas in me. And
Yes.
I'd say, what? I'd say, what?
I would.
I would say, what? You'd say,
Yes.
you picked a great time to call. I'm putting gas in myself. I said, what?
Yes. I said,
You said, I'm pumping myself.
I just put the pump in me. I said, Tina, what a wonderful time to call. I just put the pump in me. So I need to wait. I need to sit and wait. Because it takes a long time to gas me up.
Yeah, and for the longest time, I was like scared. I was like, Mom, is Uncle Kendall sick? Like, I
Yes.
didn't know what the pump
Yeah, you were saying,
was.
Mom, what is the pump?
Yeah, and of course she knew.
Of course she knows. She took my class.
But she said, I respect her so much for this. She didn't give it away. She said, that's your thing to find out when you do
She
your
said,
stint
"You'll
with
do
Uncle
your time.
Kendall. You'll do your time with Uncle Kendall.
You'll get the pump.
Yeah,
That's what she said.
told me. She told me
said,
that.
Uncle Kendall will show you the pump. But
I know, but we
What a
love
wonderful
it.
time.
I love that I share that with my mom, that we both had our time with
Yes.
with Uncle Kendall doing the pump.
Yes.
Because it gives us a shorthand that, like, my
Yes.
sister and my dad, they don't know. They,
they didn't do their time, and that's why I do not call Mary my niece.
No, you don't recognize Mary.
No, not at all.
No.
Mary and Rooster out.
Out. Yeah. Well, they love you,
I love them too, but I
but you don't like him.
I am at times. If my truck is in the firing line, I'm a spiteful. I can be spiteful.
Well, yes.
And of course, I will come around, but I need my time.
No, but the
I
year
need to drive about it.
I want to talk about the Christmas where you both gave me and my sister Mary
Yes.
presents wrapped the exact same. They're
Uh-huh.
beautiful
Yes.
wrapping, huge red, like, when a ribbon is kind of translucent.
Yes.
Like really nice ribbons. And
I knew you'd like the ribbon.
I loved the ribbon. Uncle Kendall, I loved the ribbon, but my present it was beautiful.
Yes.
You gave me a pearl necklace
Yes, I did.
with a truck engraved on the center pearl.
Yes.
And I wear it all the time. It's my favorite thing. My sister Mary opened hers. And there was a dead toad. There was a dead toad inside.
Yes, and this is not my proudest moment.
No.
I must admit, I can at times be a spiteful, vengeful bitch.
Yeah.
And
You're kind of like a bitch like that.
and you did your time. Mary refused.
She was in law school.
She
Uncle
was in
Kendall.
law school, and she never took my class for credit. My class transfers. My class school credits transfer.
Your class transfers to law school?
Yes, truck law, but the laws of the road must go somewhere, mustn't?
Actually, yeah, that's pretty close to. Mary probably could have benefited from that.
And so,
but here's-
I
yeah.
have evolved.
Here's my
And-
question.
Yes.
Was the toad dead when you put it in there? Did you kill the toad before you put it in, or did it die in the box?
The toad was on its way out. Because I had hit it with my truck. I hit the toad in my truck. The day Mary said, I'm not doing my time with you, Uncle Candle. I don't want to know what the pump is. And I said, Mary! And then I got in my truck and drove away and immediately hit a toad. And I said, this'll show them all. I put this toad in a big ribbon that's translucent.
Wait,
And
how did a toad die a slow death after being hit
toads are resilient.
by a semi?
The amount of warmth on a
The
toad.
semi truck is huge.
Huge.
A toad is so small.
Small, very small.
Did you realize your mistake really quickly, or what happened?
I don't like to hit animals, of course. I stopped. My truck stopped it dead. I get out of the truck. I do this with traffic. I said, hold on, everyone. Hold on. A toad is on the way out. And I went down. I tried CPR. It didn't work. This toad was dying. So I put it in a translucent ribbon. And I said, well, maybe Mary will learn her lesson now. and that
She
was
did
not,
learn her lesson.
She learned some kind of lesson, and it wasn't the lesson I wanted. So to
She
Mary,
loves you still.
to Mary
Mary.
Von Nies, I apologize. And I apologize in French. Apologies. But Tina,
Sorry, Mary.
I must
Because
tell
that's
you,
my best friend, and I don't.
Of course.
I feel bad when I get a pearl necklace and she gets a toad that was on its way out and then died.
yes, I'm sorry. And
Feel bad, I don't
Mary, you are my niece. You are a niece of mine. I claim her.
Wow, that is really,
As a niece.
really, Uncle
And I can
Candle.
only
I
hope
hope
that
you
she
know.
has the forgiveness in her heart to like you to not call me Uncle Candle.
She's always
Once
called you
again.
Uncle Candle. She's always called you Uncle Candle.
Brings a tear to my
even
eye.
after the toad. And Rooster, you can work that out together too.
I think we can. I think we really can. Especially when I tell Rooster that I supplied an advertiser for your podcast.
Oh,
Wonderful.
I would love to read it.
Wonderful.
And to listeners, I want to apologize. I did just take a sip of tea into the microphone, and
That's fine.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine. It shows that you're getting yourself what's the word? Hydrated.
Yeah, I
I was
waiting
trying
for
to
the
think
word
of a funny
and you
word for
found it.
hydration, and it's just that word.
But Rooster would really love a sponsor.
I got you a
Yes.
sponsor for
Yeah.
the podcast, and I
want me to
hope
read
it'll
it?
help. It's a wonderful product, and I would love for you to read it.
Ever been at a party or work event and desperately wanted to finish telling a boring story that got interrupted by the flow of conversation, but don't know how? Introducing Webster's Pocket Story Starters. Webster's Pocket Story Starters helps the working professional, socially anxious, and narcissist alike find easy ways to crowbar their unrelated story into any conversation. This bite-sized booklet fits snug in your breast pocket or bra. You always are wearing something with a breast pocket.
Always wearing something with a breast pocket. It's perfect for me.
and it's just as supportive. The booklet is just as supportive as a bra.
It is. You'll find it is.
Is it good? We'll talk later. If you're struggling to find a way to guide the conversation back to your terrible story, simply leave to any page in Webster's PSS and on UDrone. I'm going to take that again.
Sure.
I'm going to take that again.
Tina, I love to hear you speak and do your word poetry. It's wonderful to my ears as an uncle.
If you're struggling to find a way to guide the conversation back to your terrible story, simply leaf to any page in Webster's PSS and on UDrone. Story Starters includes great head-turning interruptions like, oh, yeah, no, I was just going to say, it's funny you mentioned that because, getting back to my story, it was crazy because use any of these starters and watch everyone around you look into their drink and buckle up for the long haul. And the best part is that it's alphabetical. A to Z. Webster's Pocket Story Starters. Start finishing that story today. Uncle Candle.
Sheena.
Uncle Candle, I think this is an amazing invention.
I'll just love to hear you do your monologues.
Oh, well, I was just reading some copy.
Oh,
Uncle
well,
Candle,
it's
you're
beautiful.
really way too kind.
Oh.
You're way too kind.
I love all my nieces and nephews who are not blood related, but are
Our
my,
nieces
my
and nephews.
heart.
Oh, and I just do want to give a shout out to my cousins. I'm
Yes,
using quotation. I'm using air
yes.
quotes. My cousins, your 5 incredible children.
Yes.
Their names,
Their names are
5.
Pipa, Sandy, Ruben, Lollipop, and Ruben. My Rubens. I say, time to take a bite of my Rubens, and I.
Oh, and you just
And I
nuzzle
tackle
them.
them.
Nuzzle
I
them.
just nuzzle them up.
They're so
Yeah,
cute.
they're
They're so
beautiful.
cute. And you said you and your amazing wife said I could come over and babysit the Rubens.
Please.
And I know you're a hands-on father,
I really am.
but I want you guys to take a date night and let me.
Well, we've been wanting to take the new truck out.
Well, yes.
So that would be such a wonderful, wonderful event.
Yeah, and let me
if there's anything I
babysit.
can do for you is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything coming up that I could come and support? That I could.
Yes.
Yes.
If you want, and I don't know where you stand with Rooster.
Well, we'll work it out.
Are you going to call him?
I will call him for you, Tina.
Thank you,
Because you are my favorite. Don't tell anyone.
Well, secret's out. We're on the podcast.
Oh,
but,
no.
If you're good with Rooster, if you guys work things out, I would love you to come to Family Friends at QED.
Wonderful. I will.
Right here in Astoria, 9 p.m.
I will.
February 13th.
February 13th.
And we will have one in March, too, if you can't make it to that one.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I'm not sure when yet, but I would love if you and your wife could come.
I'm there.
And bring the 5.
The 5. They'll be there.
Peepa.
Oh, please don't make me go back and remember them. I'll cry. I'll cry if I have to go through the list again.
Peepa, Sandra,
Yeah.
Ruben, Lollipop, and Ruben.
Yes. I almost forgot about
my
Lollipop.
Cousins.
Yes.
No, you can't forget about Lollipop.
Oh, wonderful.
She's
wonderful.
the best of all.
Tina, if I could give you one last poem from the heart.
Oh, I love my Uncle Candle's poems. Yes.
Tina is the queen of queens. She walks the street like a goddess niece, spilling tea on her truck, hand,
Right.
never once pulling that emergency brake and going, hey, what the fuck? End of poem.
Uncle Candle, that was amazing.
You're wonderful,
That was
Tina.
amazing. And we'll say goodbye to the podcast, but you said you were going to take me to lunch?
Please.
Yes.
Can we?
Okay.
Please.
So we'll get to our lunch.
I'll get you a Tina Tuna Melt.
Oh, I don't want that.
Oh.
I'm gonna have steak.
All right.
But guys, thank you so much for listening. It was great
Wonderful.
to have Uncle Candle on, and next week it will be me and Rooster together. Rooster and
Wonderful.
I together
Wonderful.
on the podcast.
Wonderful.
Great. Thank you so much, Uncle Candle. You've been an amazing guest.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
For now.
For now.
Let's
Well,
lunch.
we're hanging out.
Let's lunch.
Bye. Family Friends is a podcast created by Rooster Monahan and Tina Vlamis. Produced by Rooster Monahan, Tina Vlamis, and Lexi Leach. Edited by Rooster Monahan. Thanks for listening. See you at the next one.